Hey, this is your host, TJ Del Reno. I just want to say, before this episode starts, we were going to cover E3, but I applied to go to E3, and I didn't get sent there. Joe got sent there, so I will not be covering E3 at all.
You're covering it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's executive producer accidentally. Ian, your mic's on by accident.
TJ, you're covering E3.
No, I mean, I'm not going to cover E3. I wasn't invited there, and I'm not going to cover E3, so I'm not going to cover something that someone else covers.
It doesn't matter. It's Unlimited Lives coverage, and you run Unlimited Lives Radio, the gaming one. You are going to do E3 this year.
I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not doing it. I am not doing E3, okay? I've been a gamer and a fan of video games for like 3 years, and I've been busting my ass. And I'm not going to E3. I didn't even get an email back saying you can't go to E3. I emailed and no one responded. So we will not be.
Do you want to do this on air?
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 Because you're covering E3.
I'm not covering E3. You get someone else to host the show.
I don't want to pull rank, but I'm head of content development, and I'm pulling rank.
Okay, fine. You're head of content development, but I'm saying I've been a fan for 3 years. And I'm not doing this, okay? I'm not covering E3. I wasn't invited there. I don't care about it.
You're not covering it because you're butthurt.
Yes, I'm extremely butthurt.
How butthurt?
About...
It's over 9,000!
That's how butthurt I am, is that I don't want to do this content, so I will not do it.
TJ, I didn't want to have to do this.
What?
I'm going to give you a can of my butt salve to rub on your butt so that your butt won't hurt so bad and you can cover it. We're doing a bonus episode about E3.
Give me the salve.
Here.
Hold on. All right. Let's do E3! Welcome to the show, everyone. It's TJ, your host, and with me is my co-host, Ian Mulligan, Force Effects Okeeffe.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing so good.
Now, listen, we had Ian convinced me with a fat paycheck to actually cover E3 this year. E3 2019, 2019.
Don't say it like that. We're not shills. We're doing this for
we're not.
quote-unquote love of quote-unquote video games. Not for the paychecks.
No, never for the paychecks. Let me tell
Even
you
though
something.
we do make 5 figures per episode.
We make so much money off you morons that click play. I wish we knew the numbers, but we don't. This is the E3 edition. Now, listen, this is going to be very confusing. I'm going to say this right now. This is either going to be most likely a 2-part E3 episode. It might be most of E3 today.
2 E3?
2 E3.
Or is that
and
E6?
Then E6. And then there might be an episode in between. And then young baby Joseph wants to cover because he was very upset that he couldn't make it today. Which I feel bad, but he is doing Jewish holiday things, he said.
Okay.
And I was like, I feel bad, baby boy, but we got to get this bad baby out.
Yep. Leave it to the Gentiles.
Leave it. Yep, that's what I said to Joe. Leave it to the Christians. Leave it to the Christians. So me and Ian are here.
What was it? Force effects?
Claps. Yeah, I'm looking at my lightsaber.
What was it? You gave me another middle name.
Mulligan.
Mulligan Force effects.
Which is
Okeeffe.
yeah, which is
I dig
just
it.
one of my friends.
Oh,
who we know.
Force effects.
Force effects.
I thought it was like force effects, like
Force effects,
like Pontifex. Or...
Ah, yes. Well, I'll tell you what feels forced. Everyone talking on stage at E3.
Oh boy!
Every single goddamn year, there are more awkward human resource manager developers who fear every day counting down to E3 to be like, I don't want to talk.
Because it's
like, you have to.
MBAs. It's MBAs. It's not
Yes,
developers.
explain-
It's not people who give a crap.
Yes. So the funny thing is, me and Ian were talking before, and
We
I
got,
said,
we got
cousin,
some shaky shacky burgers.
we had some shaky burgers, and I said,
some
cousin,
sweet little shroom burgers.
so good. I love little shroomy burgers. Let me tell you something. This is a podcast brought to you by Shroom Burgers. So I said to Ian, I was like, I don't understand. Now, just for the record, for any of our new listeners, which there aren't any and there never will be, For 1 year, when this show was on Sirius XM, yes, this used to be on a network besides Last Podcast in the Creek. It was at Sirius XM. We went to E3 when it was PS4.
What year was that?
When the Xbox One was about to launch and PS4 was about to. It was the best year.
Like 2013 or so?
Yes. It was the best year to go to E3.
Yeah.
And I went to the Sony panel, and I waited outside, went in. This is when E3 was just press. And I'll tell you this right now, dude, with only press there, still pretty packed.
Yeah.
Lines to play games. So E3 now is anyone can go. You can buy tickets, and I think that's dumb.
But there's very limited tickets.
Very limited tickets, but even then it's still packed. So I said to Ian, I was like, I don't know who the show's for, because every time you hear people go on stage, they're like, they're scared. They're like, this year we're trying to bring community to game. And I'm like, Ian, who is this for? And then you said, it's not for gamers.
Not for the gamers. It's for the investors. I know someone who works in financial PR, and it is the talk of financial PR. It's like the big event for like this month is E3, because games such a huge sector of the market. It's all anyone wants to talk about is what's Bethesda putting out? How are they going to? Sorry, am I being too loud?
No, I'm just looking at just so I can keep the time.
Like they're literally looking at like, will Bethesda stock go up based on what they announced this year? Like, how are they going to monetize? Like, this is the hell of the future of video games: is microtransactions forever, eternal monetization, loot boxes. They're trying to pull money out of you because they're trying to please their investors, because it's such a huge part of the market. All of the art is getting drained away in favor of how do we keep them coming back and playing? How do we keep them giving us more money? And that's who's there, and that's who's watching, and that's why it's these MBAs and people who seem like they've never played a video game talking about the community aspect, which no one in the world plays video games for the community aspect. You might make some friends online, but generally speaking, like, if you have 2 or 3 friends online, you're going to play with them. You're not going to meet a new person every game and be like, this is our whole clan. Like, they don't even have clans anymore.
No, we have some clans for the radio show, but the whole thing is like, it's very few and far between. And also, there is no community. People that play games online are either viciously racist, homophobic, sexist, or animals. Like, they're rotten.
I was playing with a donkey the other day, and I'm like, watch out.
Were you?
Yeah, they're taking the point, and he goes, is that what donkeys say? What did donkeys say? That's it. So I guess it was a sheep, not a donkey.
Oh, it was a sheep. Oh yeah, it was a sheep. You were like, it died, and then it went. Soundboard is back. So I just didn't understand it. So I tried stomaching some E3. Now, Ian,
I just read the write-ups. I can't watch those press conferences. I watched BlizzCon last year. I watched a bunch of it, and it's like it's the worst way to find out the news.
It's the worst way to find out things. E3 is also a dated format, meaning like you could just wait 3 days and then just watch all the videos. To watch things live, it's unbearable. So
I mean, unless you're like unless it's like your favorite franchise, you're impossibly unreasonably excited. You cannot wait for Cooking Mama at 12. Like, I understand in that point. You really need to watch the Cooking Mama live press conference where they say, in this one, you can finally make egg noodles. And I'm like, finally! Not just regular pasta, egg noodles. Finally!
So I just want to say if you're fans of this podcast, you've been for at least 2 to 3 years, this is not where you go for accurate gaming news. This isn't. This is where you go because you know that I'm funny and stupid, and I get my dumb friends on, and we talk about stupid shit. So that's the one thing I love about this radio show is no one ever complains being like, there wasn't enough information. It's like, no, there never will be. Enough information because I am too busy playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, sorry. Do you want gamers or do you want journalists? Who do you want to do this podcast?
Yeah, if you want journalists, go to IGN and listen to those fucking slugs talk about like, I can't believe Ubisoft was announcing the Division mobile. So fun. And then like it's a bunch of people that no one can, and all like the weird. It's I wish someone would let me in charge to be like, listen, if you make this shorter and more entertaining, with just not bits, just like a good host.
Yeah.
Developers just come out and don't try to be cute. They just talk about the project and leave. We're fine.
All of this stuff happens in LA, right? And what does LA have up the wazoo?
Burritos. Yes. Waves.
Actors. Like people who are
terrible actors.
Actually,
but actors.
But a lot of good actors
yes.
too. There's a lot of good actors who just don't have a break, haven't made it. And like they're probably not that expensive to get someone who's like reasonably charming, who's like, you know, a good-looking, charming like guy or girl who can go up in front of a crowd of people and read off a teleprompter, like, and make it exciting and engaging. And nope, instead they get the community aspects of Assassin's Creed Odyssey are truly going to inspire the next generation of gamers.
It's like, we don't need a script. Like, if you had a developer come out and just go like, hey, I just said, like, and I know, like, you can't be real as a developer. Like, they're all machines, meaning, like, these are people that, like, sit in front of computers.
Careful what you say.
I know, because you're
a developer. Careful what you say.
But they're all socially, which is fine, but they're socially inept and they're not performers. So you're putting these poor people on a stage where there's like, hey, it just feels forced. It's like, have the developer go out and be like, hey, here's the points you talk about.
Right.
Even if the script is, I'd rather listen to a developer boringly talk about, okay, so this year we wanted to release a game, you know, for like, this is what we were working on. We thought this would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, there's only, but it says like, when we got together, we gathered a team of people and said, what would be the most immersive game and journey to go on?
And then a long pause. They hit the slide button a few times and nothing happens. And they're like, oh,
it's awful.
Can I get some help?
Awful. 4 people in the Ubisoft, which is the one that we're going to talk heavily about technically, because like I watched all of it, which was very exhausting.
Oh my God. This is basically, you guys are listening to torture porn with what TJ did.
It's extremely torture. But 4 different people did the hand raise, like, come on, everybody. And it's like, no, they don't want to.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's all it is. It's like, you know, and they're clapping at the wrong times. No one cares. Like, UPlay. So we'll talk about UPlay Plus, but Ubisoft came out with a subscription that's going to be like EA Access and Game Pass. Mm-hmm. And like, there was an applaud. And I know in my head, I'm like, no one wanted to clap for that because no one cares.
No, the investors did.
Of course they did.
Oh, wow, a new revenue source. This will be big for Ubisoft stock.
It's so poopy garbage. So,
but just going back to developers quick, though, there are some rare examples of people who are like the face of the game who are developers. Like Ben Brode for Hearthstone. I don't know if you remember that dude.
No.
He always wore like plaid shirts. He had like a big beard and he had a deep voice.
You mean every gamer and developer ever?
The dude was like so charming. He was just always like so effusively like, this is great. Like, we made this game. Check it out. And he was like you watch him and you're just like, oh shit, I want to hang out with this dude. This dude fucking rules.
Even I'll tell you, even like even Todd Howard, I like watching Todd Howard. I think he's a personality. His stage presence.
That's what you want.
I like that.
And if you have a developer like that, please put him up there. But if you just have like, hello, I'm the level designer, tier 2 for interior dungeons.
Dude, there was a woman for Ubisoft. I felt so bad, but she was like creative manager or something, like it was manager was in there, and my brain just shut off. But like, she would look so frightened, and she's trying to read the lines and just getting through it, and it's like, this is uncomfortable for everyone. Have a representative, whether it's a comic or an actor, represent every kind of thing.
I agree. Just hire someone.
Just hire someone to do it. On a side note, I used to do Super 8 hotels, and I was the voice of the Super 8 sign. Yeah. And I was it for about two years, I think.
What was the tagline?
Oh, I don't think we had one.
Oh, okay.
But the sign was very dumb. It was a very dumb, silly sign. Like, you'd be like, oh, this is great. How wonderful. Like, it was such a fun job. I will never shit on Super 8s. It was such a fun job. I loved it. And I went to go host their conferences. And as a host, it made sense. Like, I had a personality. I was a stand-up. Like, the show moved. Even the people...
You're comfortable in front of a crowd. And you understand how to, like, handle a dynamic crowd.
How
and,
to
like,
keep
them excited if they've been there for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Like,
And it's just, you know, so I don't know. But I didn't watch the Xbox One. Did you watch it?
No, but I got your notes here. So
I got my notes. So I went through and just kind of did the highlights of Xbox. Ubisoft, I sat through and watched. Now, for anyone that wants a fan of the show, I'm a huge advocate for UPlay, so it's very funny that like Ubisoft was the only company I watched.
Dude, we have a lot to go through.
There is a metric ton. This may be a long episode, baby girls and boys.
All right,
so
let's get into it.
If you're listening too long and you feel like this,
you know, I don't feel very good.
Maybe you should check out. But you know what? It's going to be a long episode. Strap in.
It's going to be long and bumpy rad.
This is going to be a bumpy rad.
Welcome to Georgia.
Welcome to Georgia. So
there was some Cajuns in Georgia, I guess.
Yeah, welcome to Xbox. Well, you been to the Xbox Expo? It's like, we have...
Dude, so I'll be about rules. We'll move out the door.
There's so much shrimp in my pockets. My pockets is wet. Okay, dump that shrimp.
Go ahead. Take the Xbox New Elite Pro Controller. Careful, it's greasy with shrimp.
My Xbox One's better when it has gumbo poured in the back of the fan. Georgia. Georgia, everybody.
Georgia.
It's Georgia. So here's what I found out. So Double Fine
Wait, am I reading the stories? Or are you reading the stories?
we can both...
Let's do alternating.
Let's alternate it a little bit. So I'll say, because Double Fine does hold a big place in my heart.
Remind me what Double Fine does. They're coming to Xbox Game Studios.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So
And what is
Double Fine is the company that made... oh, no, I feel like an asshole. It's Tim... let me Google it. I can't believe I have to do this.
I'm gonna guess Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yes.
That's
So
my best guess.
Psychonauts was Double
yeah.
Fine. Also, Psychonauts is that Grim Fandango.
Oh,
Monkey Island. It's
adventure games.
It's adventure games, and the studio also did what is it? The Jack Black game.
The Jack Black.
Jack Black had a
yeah.
It was
Rock
Brutal
of
Legend.
Brutal Legend. Yeah.
Brutal Legend, and
Like,
it was
is Rock of Ages. I'm like, no, that was the musical.
yes, it was Technicolor Dreamcoat. So
How I love my coat of many colors.
So Tim Schafer, who is my spirit animal.
Okay.
And I love Tim Schafer and Ron Gilbert. Love them. They did Monkey Island, one of my favorite games of all time.
It's very funny.
So good, dude. They're legit.
Guybrush
Threepwood. They're legit my favorite developer. So to hear that Double Fine is coming to Microsoft, I have no jokes or goofs. I love Tim Schafer. I'm so pumped that they're going there because I don't know the last game they made, but Psychonauts 2 is going to come out soon.
I did hear that. So Game Studio, I guess, just means, does that mean they're an Xbox exclusive now?
Yeah, I think that, yes. And I think that also means that now Xbox, like they'll be working with Xbox and not on their own where they're trying to like survive on their own.
Okay, so
to be
Xbox
like
that's Xbox's like internal publishing unit?
Yes. It's the same thing with like id at Xbox. It's like Xbox bought id Software and it's like, good, you should. These giant companies like Sony and Microsoft should be buying these developers like Lucas. Well, I mean, like, it's either
I don't know because Jesus,
but then they can't run.
They can. They can run.
No, I'm saying like, okay, so here you have a choice: Double Fine closes or Xbox buys them and they make games.
Okay, you have a choice. You either keep running your savings and loan, or you sell out to Mr. Potter.
What?
It's a Wonderful Life. Come on, It's a Wonderful Life reference. Come on, we're gamers. We all watch that movie every year. Why did you hit the soundboard?
God damn it! Yeah. That's fine. Do it.
I don't know. It's a deal with the devil. You're right. Yeah, they get more money in their pocket, but guess what? Down the line, they're going to maintain creative control, and
but then
it's never good.
But then what do you say as a Disney fan when Disney bought like Marvel and Star Wars? Like, isn't that the same thing?
They ruined Star Wars.
Do you really think they ruined Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars is garbage, man.
What?
Force Awakens was kind of good, but only because it seemed like they were going to do something else good with it.
Really?
But then, like, after Last Jedi came out, I'm like, oh, so Force Awakens, nothing meant everything. It was a waste of time to get it all involved with this story because it's stupid as hell. Rogue One sucked. Solo sucked.
Wow. Well, Solo.
Oh my God. This, my roommate and me, it's our favorite joke. You know, Matt.
Yeah.
He's like, when Han's like signing up to be an Empire pilot, and they're like, who are your people? And he's like, I don't have any people. They're like, Solo then.
Oh yeah, it was so bad.
And
it
then,
was bad.
And then he meets Chewbacca and he goes, what's your name? And he goes, Chewbacca, that's too long. I'm going to call you Chewie. It's like, oh, thank God we found out why he calls him Chewie, because Chewbacca's too long.
That is true.
Cool writing. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's awesome. As a Star Wars fan, it's so cool to find out why Han called Chewbacca Chewie. It's because Chewbacca is too long.
Remember the dice that were never prominent and they made them completely prominent?
Oh, dude, Solo's awesome.
Solo's so good. Yeah, so I think I'm excited for them to go there. I understand where you're coming from, but I also think like they're not going to survive on their own. And it's better that I'd rather Microsoft buy them than EA, which might like completely like they'll close the studio in a year. Be like, all right, you're done.
As regards to Marvel, Disney's been extremely hands off on Marvel.
Did you just turn the mic just a little straight on?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. You're fine.
So
that's it. Great.
Disney and Marvel, like they've been super hands off. Marvel pretty much runs the way it used to. Someday they're not going to. Someday Disney's going to start putting their fingers in when Robert Downey Jr. is not there automatically making money. They're going to be like, oh, how can we make this more like Iron Man 2? And like they're going to start
get to that.
They're going to start getting their sticky little fingers into the cake.
Their little jelly
poke
fingers.
holes in it. It's going to ruin the structural
I hope
integrity.
not.
Marvel's going to suck in 10 years.
I hope not.
It is.
I'll tell you what movie did suck on a side note.
Yeah.
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Of course.
Yeah, it didn't really suck. It just was kind of like, I left being like, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's we
We have so much stuff.
That was a fun segue.
It was.
Just like a real segue.
Of
Beep,
course,
beep.
segues are great. Beep, beep. Speaking of Marvel characters, Scarlet Witch.
Project
Scarlet.
It arrives holiday 2020 with Halo Infinite.
Number one, the trailer for Halo Infinite. Did you see it?
No.
It was just like, it's like this forced, it's like a dude lost in space. He's watching a holograph of his like daughter or son being like, "Mmm," his wife being like, tell daddy, hi, daddy. And it's like, I'm like, who is this? I don't care. And then it's like forced like this poor man. And then he finds Master Chief, brings him on the ship. The Halo ring is destroyed. He's like, we got to go to war. And I'm like, oh, it's every video game. We got to go to war. The Resistance. Welcome to Resistance. Here's the war. We're going to war. It's every video game. All E3 should be like, we're going to war.
Yeah.
Here's the Resistance. Survive. War. That's all it is. So, yeah.
Honestly, I bet you could take like the voiceover and the
Good.
like sound from any random of these, like
Yes.
just vaguely like bleak sci-fi games, these
That's all it is.
first-person shooters, and just
Every game.
take anyone and be like, we have to go to war.
We have to fight. We must fight.
The only way humanity survives is by fighting for humanity's survival.
That's all it is, yeah. We have to survive. We have to fight. Fight. Resistance. Welcome to the we fight. That's all it is. It's the whole thing.
It sounds like Road Warrior, which, by the way, would be a more interesting like setting than another
course.
stupid.
By the way, Mad Max wasn't that good. The Road Warrior was great.
And Beyond Thunderdome was amazing.
It's great.
And Fury Road was the only one of those movies I'd watch again.
Yeah, Fury Road ruled.
Well, the only thing is, like, all of them, it's like, it's never enough. It's like, what's cool there? It's like, it's in these little drips and drabs. Like,
Yeah.
the cool guy's like,
Tonight, we fight.
It's great.
You give us your women,
Yeah.
your money,
Yeah.
your oil, your gasoline.
He's like, just walk away.
Walk away.
Leave the gas.
and it's like,
walk
that's
away.
so cool. And that's like 5 minutes of the movie. And then there's an
great.
hour and 20 minutes of him in a village. And I'm like, I don't care
Yeah, I
about
don't
these
care.
people.
No,
like,
no.
show us the cool mod.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
and
why
then-
Fury Road was great, because all it was is like
Because all it was
constant
is
road
the guy
battles.
with like the freaking electric guitar that
It's
shoots
amazing.
fire. All right, sorry guys,
It's
we're
so
talking about more
I love
exciting
these
stuff than
tangents.
E3.
They're great. So yeah, so go on. It arrives 2020 with Halo
So
Infinite.
I don't even know what it is. It just says Project Scarlet. Is it?
that's
is it the new Xbox?
Yes, that's the next Xbox, which annoyed me because I just
So
bought the
it's
Elite.
Xbox 2, basically.
Yeah,
Like it's the new.
It's like Xbox
It's not like an
One.
upgraded Xbox One. It's not like Xbox One Double Elite
no
Platinum.
This is, and supposedly, so Sony, for everyone knows, if you're not familiar with E3, Sony was not at E3.
Yeah.
Sony also, there's rumors out for the PS5, and then
Right.
Sony might have their own event, which is just weird. But I saw a rumor on the internet that the Xbox Scarlett, Project Scarlett, may not be as powerful as the PS5.
Okay.
But if we remember, and Ian, you being a programmer and developer, and also like a computer programmer and someone who knows computers,
Yeah.
you know as well that when the Project Scarlett releases, it will already be 2 years obsolete compared to a
You know, actually,
computer.
like stuff doesn't get nearly obsolete nearly as fast. We're sort of
Really?
they're sort of hitting like
Ooh,
a
we hit a
threshold
plateau?
with like microchips don't have enough room on them to put more like transistors. Anyway, or like logic gates, something like that. Anyway, do you know why Sony? I heard a rumor for why Sony's
What was
not at
it?
E3.
Please, I would like to hear it.
Okay, so apparently Sony went to Lindsay's last night and they hooked up with
Go on.
Jasmine.
What?
And so they were like,
But I thought Lindsay and Sony were together.
yeah.
So the rumor is that they hooked up with
So
Jasmine?
Sony hooked up with Jasmine at Lindsay's party. No. And then Lindsay was going to be at E3, so Sony just said, "Oh,
weird.
we're all sick."
So Sony pulled the old sick routine?
Yeah, they were like, all 80,000 employees of Sony are real sick.
Wow, that's the rumor?
But then Jasmine said something on the phone.
What did she say?
And Lindsay, I don't know, but Lindsay heard it. And she,
Oh, no.
And Lindsay knows, and she's going to be really mad. Anyway, so that's why Sony wasn't at E3.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes 100% sense.
Yeah,
So Project Scarlett, it will be a solid state drive.
SSD, baby. Which is good because that'll decrease loading times.
Which is great.
I wish they said actually. They don't say how much.
You could look it up. I
space-
didn't put
okay.
everything in because it was computer jargon that I was like, what?
Yeah, the problem with solid state drives, so they load a lot faster because basically your hard drive is in memory. Like the load time on things is like writing from the hard disk to memory.
Yeah.
But they don't have as much storage space as a hard drive, which is the reason they don't use them everywhere.
Ray tracing for 2020. I'm looking
So
about
ray tracing-
Microsoft's including custom designed CPU based on AMD's Zen 2 and Radeon RDNA architecture, promising it 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X, which is what
I guess it's like the elite version of the Xbox right now.
Microsoft is using a fast GDDR RAM. It's usher in resolution of frame rates we've never seen before, which I think is a lie because
8K compatibility. It says
8K compatibility, which those TVs aren't even out yet. Again, my problem with 4K is like there's 30% of the world that has 4K TVs, and they still whatever frame rates of up to 120 frames per second, which I think it gets to a point where someone said this to me once. It gets to a point where the human eye can't see the difference between 8K and 4K. The human eye, we can't see the difference.
Yeah.
So it's a weird, I understand they're making things better and better, but for who?
investors.
Oh, man.
Well, that's the thing,
Something's
guys. Don't get tricked out there. If there's two versions of this, and the only difference is one is 4K and one is 8K, get the 4K. It's not worth.
It's
it's not worth the
the
$200 difference or whatever. Because
No.
you honestly you'll trick yourself into thinking you can tell the difference. It's all marketing. Don't let these goddamn capitalists trick you.
No, and then Sony's the PS5 is going to support 8K 3D audio. It's ridiculous. All audio is in 3D. It is. This show is in 3D. It's ridiculous.
Whoa.
Backwards compatibility with PS4 titles, and the PS5 will also have an 8-core CPU-based, and I don't know what the fuck this is, AMD's 3rd-gen Ryzen line. Shut the fuck up! And ship with a CPU that does ray tracing.
Whatever
this
happened?
Is jargon.
Whatever
this is
happened
Doctor
to
Who
bits?
speak.
Why can't they just tell me how many bits it is?
How many bits is it?
Is it-
what? How fast is the CD-ROM? Is it an 8-speed? Is it a quad speed?
Thank you.
32-speed?
DJ and I are baby boomers for games.
We really are.
You kids today don't know how easy you get back in my day.
We've had 27 minutes of jargon that we've been.
All right,
we're never getting through.
We are
this.
on the third. All right, let's do a blast. Let's go through a bunch.
Yeah, let's blast
and
through
then
a
let's
little
just say
bit for
if
Xbox.
something fun comes up, we'll go to
Yeah.
it.
So go on. The next thing I put in here.
Okay, cloud gaming is in preview in October for Xbox. You can stream games from your Xbox One to your mobile device. We've talked about streaming before on this show.
But isn't that Project X Cloud? Isn't that the same thing? Because then they talked about Project X Cloud as well.
Probably. Cool. Streaming's
I'm just-
complicated. We talked about it.
And we talked about
Actually, that episode's not out yet, but there's another episode where we talked about
We did an episode that's going to come out soon that me and Ian did for Google Stadia, where I am not a fan of streaming services
Right.
for your tablet or phone. Just to put a pin in that, there is no, unless you're at your friend's house or your house, you will never have Wi-Fi fast enough to carry a streaming game. Hotels
in a
can't,
lot of situations, yeah.
and every time you go to a hotel,
we talk about this on the
yeah,
Stadia episode, so I don't
yeah, which will come out 2 weeks now or a week.
Basically,
You'll
you
see.
guys can take everything we're saying about the new
Yes.
Xbox One and apply it to Google
With a
Stadia.
grain of salt, and also an Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. I have an Xbox Elite controller now. Love it. I don't know what they added because the controller seems pretty fine. But
Okay, just out of curiosity, what's
Yes.
significantly different between the Elite and the regular controller?
So the Elite controller is you can like adjust like the thumbstick like sensitivity to a point to like a fine point.
Okay.
That like if you're playing a game, you're like, oh, the sensitivity, like you could fine tune everything in there, even like how you pull the trigger, like when it fires, you could adjust that. You could adjust everything. It's an amazing control, and it has the little bumpers in the back you can add. So Matt, our friend Matt has a Elite controller with like the bumpers can't move. My controller, I can show you could take the bumpers off and change them around. So then you have like 4 little back bumpers, or you could take them all off.
Yeah, just for your like extra fingies, so
dude,
you don't
it's-
have to reach so much.
Yes. So then when if you're running around and like you're using your 2 thumbs to like run and look, you could use one of the triggers down here to jump, and then you don't have to ever.
So when you're saying trigger series, like meaning like where your ring finger lies on an Xbox,
Yes.
like it's all the way back there. It's not like the regular
no,
bumpers and
it's
triggers
not
on the top.
It's not right and left bumper or right and left left trigger. It's like
Right.
these other extra things on that you could like take off. It's amazing. I don't know how they're going to make it more advanced, but whatever. Like, I guess so.
All right.
And then finally we get to the games.
Okay, Battletoads.
Did you see the video?
No, is it look
So it looks so Battletoads.
So is it a 2D, like a pseudo 3D like the old one on NES?
yes, it's a.
Oh, really?
It looks like an indie arcade game. It does not look like a full game.
Okay, will GameStop carry it? Because I've been calling every day for the past 10 years. I've been calling every GameStop in New York City, say, hey, do you have Battletoads? And they just hang up on me. They get mad and hang up. I don't know why.
Do you remember when Blockbuster was open and you would have to do that? You'd have to call Blockbuster Videos to be like, hi, do you have Earthworm Jim for SNES? And they'd be like, sorry. And you're like, do you know which one does? And they're like, I don't know. And then you had to call like one that was like 30 minutes from your house. Amazing.
Just a quick side note, by the way. Pat Williams got me for my birthday. He just gave it to me like last week.
One of
even
our
though
friends.
my birthday was like 3 months ago. He got
That's
me
right, happy birthday.
this game called Smash Up, which is a board game.
Yeah.
Where you go and you pick out like 2 factions, and the factions are all like, the traditional like geeky stuff. It's like pirates and wizards, or like zombies and robots.
All right,
and
I'm in.
like there's a bunch of expansions for it that have like a ton of stuff. Like there's a Transformers, like Power Rangers, Pokemon, like they're all not really like officially branded. Anyway,
But you know it's them.
right. So I went to a game store this weekend to try and like buy an expansion, and I didn't call before, and I wish I had, because it was like, it's a half hour there, a half hour back, and they were like, oh, we don't have any expansions.
Oh, no, dude.
But we could.
Did you go to the...
But we could order one for you if you'd want.
You could order it yourself.
Well, I said yeah. I'm like, I should support local game stores.
That's true. Did you go to the game store that's in like near like 23rd?
No,
and, like,
I went
5th?
to Carroll Gardens.
There's like do you know there's a crazy board game store?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Complete Strategist.
Yes.
I want to do, but that was even further. And there's one called the Brooklyn Strategist that I think might be like affiliated. Just because they
maybe
both
it
have a
is.
similar name.
Yeah.
It's in Carroll Gardens.
So Battletoads will be couch co-op, and you could
Awesome.
play 3 people, all 3 Battletoads.
Not 4?
Couch. No, it said 3.
Weird.
Is there 4 Battletoads?
No, there's 3, but come on, like,
Or you want them to have like a 4 that's like a Toadette or something like that?
I don't know, just like couch co-op should be 4-player, right?
I guess, but there's 3 Battletoads.
I get that.
No, I don't think you do. There's 3 Toads.
Okay, put in the 2 Double Dragons, then it could be 5-person.
Jimmy and Billy Lee.
Jimmy and Bimmy.
Jimmy.
They
and
misprinted
Billy
him
Lee.
in Double Dragon 3, I want to say. They
my
misprinted it as Jimmy and Bimmy.
Oh, thank God. Bimmy lost his girl. Everyone's girlfriend got kidnapped. I was just playing
and murdered.
I was just playing Double Dragon 2, and they like killed Jimmy's girlfriend. I'm like, why are they killing girlfriends?
That was probably my favorite NES game. Double
was
Dragon
it?
2. Oh, loved it.
We were just playing it, me and my friend Mike.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah, I bought him a mini NES for his birthday.
Oh,
we were
cool.
playing it. It's very fun. Blair Witch.
Survival horror?
Yeah, it looks super. It looks like Alan Wake.
I never played it.
I played Alan Wake. It's just like whatever. Dude, do we need a Blair Witch game? There's no other horror games you can make. We don't make Blair Witch.
Yeah.
You have a camera. You're supposed-
Here's a good franchise they should make a horror game about teeth.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess so.
For those of you that don't know, Teeth is a horror movie about a girl who has teeth in her vagina.
Yes, which is an old, a very old
A vagina dentata.
story.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, like, it's weird. It's like this like feminist horror movie where like she gets like assaulted a lot, but
Yeah.
like then the teeth bite off the guy's anything that he's assaulting.
Yeah, and when I used to stand up at colleges, me being Apache, I researched a bunch of Apache folklore.
And that was one of them?
That is one of them.
Oh, okay.
That a kid was running from Vulva Woman, they called her. And she was an older woman. The kid was like 12. And this woman's...
Wolverine.
Yeah. And she's trying to have sex with this child because he's 12. And it's him like running and running. It's such a weird... I used to read the whole story on stage and like make fun of it because it's nuts. 'Cause it's an older woman who's like 40 trying to have sex with a 12. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
The story's crazy. Look it up.
Bleeding Edge. What's Bleeding Edge? 4v4 online melee?
Bleeding Edge is, you should Google it to
Is
see
it like Mordhaus?
It looks like Overwatch. It's like a melee game where it's like four versus 4 person melee, like weird game.
Like For Honor, would you say?
I don't know.
Did you ever play For Honor?
You'd have to Google and look. The characters look psycho. Like the characters look nuts.
I don't know why you're shaking your head. Like, this sounds cool.
I guess. I don't like online melee. I'm
You
just
don't
not
like
a fan. I don't
you
like
were
anything.
so you don't like any. I want to know what game would get you excited. Even Battletoads, you were just like a little bit neutral on, which I guess means you're very excited about it.
There's none. I'll tell you the truth. No E3 game hit. Doom Eternal hit me where I was like, All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Oh, Doom Eternal did look dope. I saw that.
Looks great.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Keanu Reeves came out
Yeah.
and announced that the game looks like Deus Ex. It's the guys that did The Witcher. It looks like that they're pushing the idea that like this is an adult rated game. Like they're really pushing like a lot of like
Oh, wow.
nudity, sex shit.
Guys,
It's
I
like-
mean, like, yeah, go spend $60 on seeing virtual boobs instead
it's
of
so it's just
looking at just going to meet someone
I
who
don't-
actually
who will
will
love you.
You will
I
love
don't
you.
get it.
And
I
you can
just-
cuddle with and be together with forever.
yeah, I don't get it. Like The Witcher 3 had, if you went to a brothel, you could sleep with the character, but it just looked fake and dumb. And it's like,
Yeah.
to me, they're like, it's based in the 80s. It's just weird that a game, it's 2019 and we're still like, it's like very boys club, like this game's got boobs. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Get ready to hold on to your dicks, kids. This game's got boobs.
This game's got boobs. You ever want to have sex with an android? You're like, no, I just want to play a video
Beep,
game.
beep, boob, boob.
Hope you leveled up high enough to give this android an orgasm. You're like, no, I just want to play a video game.
Plug it in.
Yeah, it's awful. So it looks like Deus Ex, just like pervier and weirder. But
And,
Keanu
and
Reeves
with
came
Keanu
out.
fucking Reeves, who
Yeah,
rules.
Keanu Reeves
John Wick
rules.
3 was amazing.
Amazing. It was very weird that Keanu Reeves came out and did it, and like there was memes about him. Someone yelled like, "You're amazing." He was like, "You're amazing." Number one, I love Keanu Reeves.
I love
He's
Keanu
my
Reeves.
favorite.
He's
I want to
so
hug
great.
him so much.
Did you see that story? There was like a little story. He was like, I'm very lonely. I always wanted someone I could spend my time in love, and I haven't found them yet, but I haven't lost hope that I will one
Oh
day."
my God, he will.
It was like the saddest, most sincere thing.
He's such a doll. I want to hang out with Keanu Reeves and make him laugh.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. I want to set up my friends and make them laugh.
So,
Next game.
Dying Light 2.
Did you play Dying Light? No. It was pretty good. It was like a parkour. So it was on the heels of Dead Island.
Ugh,
Yeah. Did you play Dead Island?
a little bit. Woof.
Yeah, I played Dead Island 1 and 2. Those games were
Stock game.
not done well, but
Everything was off the shelf.
everything was weird. I did like Dead Island 1 and 2. I did play them, did beat them. Played Dying Light. It was a tighter version of Dead Island, basically, with a lot of parkour. It looks...
Is it like sci-fi or?
No, it's just zombies. So in Dying Light was the zombie apocalypse happens. You have to
How many fucking zombie games are there? I'm sorry, no one's done it better than Left 4 Dead.
No, Ian, join the resistance. It's humanity. It's
Humanity's last hope for survival.
It's so crazy that like Plan 9 from Outer Space predicted the future perfectly because everything's just stupid fucking aliens and stupid fucking zombies. Those are the only that's how humanity is destroyed. Is this endless cycle of
You have to save humanity from the zombies. You have to save humanity from the aliens.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's it. So it looks pretty good. Dying Light 2, the whole thing is like, but then also like I wrote in here that does every apocalypse have to have hot neon spray paint? Far Cry New Dawn looked just like Rage 2, and this game looks just like Dying Light 2. It's like the apocalypse happened, everyone bought cans of pink neon spray paint and then just like put it everywhere. So this game is zombies, and then humanity's also falling apart. So then you have like gangs of people. So now you have to run from zombies or like gangs of people.
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York.
Elden Ring, what is that? It's Dark Souls developer. Oh, it's From Software.
Yeah, I don't care. You talk about two things that I lost that like Game of Thrones lost interest in, and Dark Souls.
But
don't
it does
care.
say George R.R. Martin, which actually makes me really mad because just write Game of Thrones. Finish the
won't.
books. Finish the books.
He's got other things to do.
He's got to
gotta do
write
this.
Elden Ring.
Yes, he does.
Gears of War 5.
Yeah, whatever.
Gears Pop. It's a Funko Pop version of Gears of War.
Yeah, all right, yeah, it is. Makes
Halo
no
Infinite
sense.
we talked about.
Yes, we did.
Way to the Woods. You play as a deer and a fawn.
Yeah, you play. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
No.
No?
Who cares?
Okay.
I want to kill.
What games do you want? All you want to hear is not only are they making Borderlands 3, they're making Borderlands 4, 5, and 6 at the same time.
Let's go, dude.
That's what I want, dude.
All right, EA.
So now we're in EA, which is called Electronic Arts.
What time are we at? Just out of curiosity.
38 minutes.
Okay,
We're doing pretty good.
for Xbox. All right, that's not bad.
No.
How far do you want to get into this?
And we're going to go all the way to the bottom, baby.
Okay, so we're just gonna
for
keep
everyone-
going for it.
Just for everyone to know, since this episode legit comes out, me and Ian are recording this on Monday night, the 10th. This will literally come out the next morning. We did not touch on Square Enix, Nintendo, or if Sony has an event, just for everyone to know. We are going to try to have another episode that covers Nintendo and that covers Square Enix, which I think Square Enix just have a bunch of bullshit that no one cares about.
You know, Square Enix always makes me laugh because I have a square penis.
You do.
Yeah.
It's very awkward. You'll find love one day, like Keanu.
Hopefully with
Keanu probably has a normal penis.
Probably. He's amazing. John Wick. Just again for the record, John Wick
go on.
3 was fucking amazing.
Dude, when I watched John Wick 3 I sat in the theater, I was like,
Let's go, dude.
If
the
you guys
best.
haven't seen John Wick 3, check it out.
It's very good. There were so many guns, and I loved it.
Yeah,
That's the best.
Actually, my favorite part was the throwing knives.
So good.
The throwing knives were amazing. The fact that Mark Dacascos was in it, who's
that?
he was like the main assassin, the bad guy assassin. He's also the guy who plays the chairman's nephew on Iron Chef America.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he was in a movie from the 90s called Only the Strong, which was a kung fu movie about capoeira.
Oh yeah.
And my roommates and me in college used to watch it all the time. It's so fun. It has like really cool fights.
he's
like,
great.
The movie's ass. Like it's stupid plot, but like the capoeira in it is so entertaining.
Yeah. It's very good. He's great in it.
He's so
Iron
good in
Chef.
John Wick 3, and I'm just like so happy to see him. I'm like, holy shit, that's
He's
Mark
the best.
Dacascos.
He's a very wonderful actor, very likable.
He was
I
so
love
like,
watching him.
he was. That scene when he sits down right next to John Wick
so
at the hotel, I was like, that
Guys,
one
go
was
see
fucking-
it.
Oh, it's so good.
Go see it.
Apex Legends Season 2.
So Apex Legends, I was into for a while, and then lost interest just because like you don't play it, Joe doesn't play it as much. My friend Dalton, who's a fan of the show and a friend of the show, I haven't played with him in a while.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Apex Legends. I just I haven't played it in a while. And those games, I think we talked about this on the show, but also someone said this to me once before. Battle Royale games like PUBG, Fortnite, and Apex get to a point where there are so many good people playing that someone like me who sucks, when you jump into the game, you're slaughtered. So
Yeah.
then the game becomes unplayable and unfun.
Yep.
Which is why they should figure out a matchmaking system or something that's a little bit.
I think they kind of have that
They
in
kind
Fortnite now.
of, yeah, they kind of do, but
Just also for the record, I think like last weekend, like not like yesterday, but like 9
Mm-hmm.
days ago, I was like in bed. I woke up and I'm like, what's going on? And I like look on Twitch and none of my favorite streamers are up. I'm just like kind of getting up. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see what Ninja's doing. Ninja's really good at Fortnite, and it was really fun to watch. I'm like, oh shit, I get why people watch this.
oh, I get it.
He took like a break to dance to this like song called Pon Pon Pon.
Yeah.
Can we play a little bit of audio from it? Pon Pon
Pon
Pon.
Pon Pon.
P-O-N, P-O-N, P-O-N.
Let me see.
We don't have to. Like,
Talk
I know
amongst
we have a lot
yourself
to
for
do.
a second. We do.
I'm so bad at digressions.
Pon or Pom?
Pawn. Like a pawn.
Wait, like a pawn? P-O-N?
Yeah, P-O-N, P-O-N, P-O-N.
Ninja Pon Pon Pon. All right, guys.
Is it the
We
first
can't
one?
play too much of this because I don't know if we're going to get sued.
We will.
We will? All right,
Well, if
so
you play too much.
if there's an ad,
It's
I
a
will
song.
be livid. Here we go. This is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I know this song.
Yeah, yeah. He just did this stupid dance to it after he won, and I'm like, yo, this is super entertaining. Just in a really dumb way.
Yeah, all right, that's enough.
One of the teams at Magnet comes out to that. You remember
Do
Chrissy?
they? Yeah,
Chrissy
I remember
Grubel?
seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, her team.
Here's what I think of Ninja.
Okay, but watch him because it was really fun.
Oh,
and
fine.
he's so good. He just like crushed everyone, and I'm like, I don't even like Fortnite, but if I was this good, I would. Okay,
So did you watch the gameplay video for the next story?
for Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes.
No.
It's okay. I did, babies. I did my sweet little angels. So, Jedi Fallen Order. I'll go through this a bit, Mr. Force FX Okeeffe. So I watched Jedi Fallen Order. The main character, so it looks like a lot of parkour. It looks like a lot of parkour. It's a lot of like jumping and attacking.
It's third person over the shoulder?
Third person over the shoulder. It had a lot of like, like jumping from like, they took the elements of like where you walk through. So Tomb Raider and a couple of these games did a trick where if you walk, you like sidestep through cracks in the wall, and that kind of like fakes loading.
Yeah.
They had that. They had where you run from like one wall and then parkour to the next wall, like running straight between walls, which Darksiders did. So it's a bunch of that shit. So Cameron Monaghan, who's the main character, he's the voice actor and the mocaption actor. He played the young gay brother in Showtime's Shameless, and also Joker in Gotham.
I did see him in Gotham.
So we talked about this on the show before. Was it me and your episode, or maybe it was me and Joe? was a lot of people were very annoyed that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order came out and the Jedi was literally like a white dude, and everyone was furious.
Okay.
I understand both sides of the argument, but I do think it's kind of whack. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, it's like Jedis could be any creature. Like, that's what you chose. So that was, I don't know. Obviously, they didn't change it. He's still in the game. The game's still coming out. He has a little robot, like a little droid that hangs on his shoulder that looks like Robbie the robot, R-O-B.
Nice. Yeah.
And he
Robotic
does like,
operating buddy.
that's it. And then he would, so there was, whenever he holds his lightsaber, he will hold it out and like turn it on. It was weird.
Okay.
Like, so I mean, like, if he would take his
It sounds like a show of force.
Ooh, force effects. He would almost like
Force effects.
force effects, and then he was using the lightsaber as a lantern. Like he would have it, and he was like, walking.
Wait, was it on just a little bit? Or
I
was
swear, no, it was on. Yeah, it was on like half.
Well, yeah, I mean, right? Like, you don't need it all the way out if you're just using it for the light.
He had it all the way on. Okay. So he's walking with the lightsaber, using it as a lantern, which is extremely dangerous. It's like if I gave you a gun as a flashlight. And you're like, what do I do? I'm like, just shoot the wall.
But also, it's like, if your like elbow is a little bit out of the light and it hits something and it kind of jerks your arm, you're going to chop your head off.
Yeah, that's the most dangerous thing I've seen.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. I love
the
death mechanics. Lightsaber combat looked pretty basic. There was some cool moves where like he had like a Jedi ability that he could like slow down time.
Okay.
So there was a part where like
Max Payne.
Yeah, there was a part where like a stormtrooper was like shooting and he slowed down time, and the bolts, the blaster bolts were heading towards him. And he like sidestepped, force pulled the stormtrooper and put him in the way of the bullets.
Okay.
So that was like pretty cool. Like there was a lot of like push about that
also,
stuff.
Just for the record, like not to get too dorky about physics here.
Go on.
Those like bolts, I understand that they're not lasers,
yeah,
but they're like plasma, but whatever they're supposed to be. They move very fast, right?
Well, not for a Jedi.
No, but if you pulled someone fast enough that they outsped one of those bolts,
they would smash your hand apart.
Like it would liquefy their bones, like their whole internal organs. Like you wouldn't even need to put them in the way of the laser. Like they'd be dead the second you moved them that quickly, right?
Oh
like,
my God.
Can you imagine going 0 to 1,000 miles an hour like that? Like in an instant, like you'd be dead. It's because going from 0 to like 1,000 miles an hour is the same as going from 1,000 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour, like instantly.
Right. So if that happened, it'd be
game over, man. Game over.
Game over.
So the lightsaber battles looked pretty basic. You can parry lightsabers. There was like a boss battle with a guy with like an electronic staff that was like fighting you. And you could parry, and the guy had like a shield you had to break through. You could throw your lightsaber and it spins. Very force.
It sounds like old Jedi Knight games on PC.
It does, and also it looked like Force. What was that Star Wars game that was like the?
Oh, like Darth Vader's apprentice.
Yeah,
The Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. It looked very Force Unleashed-ish. The thing that annoyed me was you fought these spider creatures, and as you're trying to attack them, it was like as you swung at them, they would be out of your range. So you'd hit them, and then do you mean like when you play games, when you attack something, it's almost like the game will magnetize you to that character that you're destroying.
Yeah, you lock on a little bit.
You lock on, but you move with it.
Okay.
It didn't do that. So then there was a lot of like wild lightsaber motions, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't like that."
That doesn't feel good.
No. So there was a lot of swings like that. And then to round up EA, just because I don't give a flying shit about it. Who cares? They named another stupid Madden game.
Wait, they named a new Madden?
Oh my God! Will you stop? Are you really excited?
I'm mad you didn't tell me before.
Oh my! You're maddened.
You maddened me.
Then they named a stupid FIFA game. Who cares? All the Europeans are happy. God bless you. Have a nice night. That's all. Americans care about Madden. Europeans care about FIFA. That's it. It's just who cares?
Yep.
And then some Forza game. I don't give a shit about racing or sports. If you want racing or sports, go listen to the Sports Guys on Unlimited Lives Network. That's done by Chad and Trevor.
Actually, Chad and Trevor have been let go. They refused to report on the Indy 500 because they didn't get to go.
I don't blame them.
It happened.
You know what?
Listen, it's great coverage. It's our content.
Good for you. Good for you, boys.
By the way, that was our cold open. If you guys haven't seen it yet, rival gaming, rival like nerd culture content network Collider had
Like his rival, like they even know who we are.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
They had a huge meltdown like during their Collider live show because the guy wanted to go to Star Wars Galaxy Edge in Disneyland and didn't get an invite, and they didn't get back to him after he asked, hey, like, was this an oversight? Can I get an invite? So like on air, he got in a huge fight with his producer because he was like, I refuse to cover this. And his producer's like, no, you have to.
Which is what the cold open was.
That was our cold. We aped it and we just adjusted it a little bit.
It was great.
Yep.
So go on now. You did watch Bethesda.
I read about it.
Good job. That's all I need. That's fine.
Bethesda, Doom Eternal's coming out, and in Doom Eternal you go to both heaven and hell, or hell and heaven, I should say.
Beautiful.
Which is cool.
It looks pretty cool.
That last Doom game was dope.
Doom was the shizzy knit. Doom was very good.
Watching the footage from Doom Eternal, I was like, oh, I never actually finished the last one. All I could think was like, I'm gonna go back and pull that up and play it.
Finish it.
I know.
Yeah, it looked cool. It looked like you went to heaven and like go kill like angels and weird shit and like other demons too.
I love it. Like,
Dude, it looks
that was
great.
the coolest part of Bayonetta to me. Was like all the like weird angel monsters. Instead of it being demons, they were like these huge, like magnificent, like white and gold angels,
upside down cherub faces and stuff.
Yeah, it was so
Bayonetta
cool.
1 and 2 rules.
They do. I actually like. We could do a whole podcast about them.
I love
anyway,
that game. Love those games.
Also, Doom Eternal will have 2 versus 1 multiplayer, where one player, so it's 2-on-1, and the one player is the Doom guy, and the other 2 get to play demons, which sounds like a pretty it seems weird that it's 2-on-1 and it's not like 4-on-1 or 3-on-1 or like any arbitrary number on one.
It does seem like a weird number. I know in Doom multiplayer you could get a skull and become like one of these skeletal remnant creatures and like overpower and kind of take people out. And it was like really fun. The Doom multiplayer was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about 2-on-1 with the Doom guy, and like it's kind of weird.
I mean, maybe it'll be good. Hopefully, the one good thing is it sounds like they did it that way because they have like a very specific balance in mind, which might be fun. But all I can think is like, why isn't it like any number of demons versus any number of Doom guys?
Yeah.
Or
why
like
is it
any
3?
mix of the team or, anything like that. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. No, you're right.
It sounds like it's a new mode. I really like asymmetrical gameplay. I wish it was, I think something I that should be done more. So I'm excited about that.
What does that mean, asymmetrical gameplay?
So like 2-on-1. It's like they have, like, it's like Cthulhu Wars. Like you have like the teams,
the board game.
It's not like every team can do the same things. It's not like every player can do the same thing. Like I like when it's like everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and you kind of have to capitalize on your strengths and minimize your weaknesses.
Oh, now I get it. I like that.
I really like that stuff. Fallout 76.
Can you believe that they had any announcements at Fallout 76? I couldn't believe it when I saw this and when I read this. I was like, really?
I mean,
I'm not against Fallout 76. It's just I haven't played it in forever.
And you were so excited about it. Fallout's your favorite series.
I love Fallout. I was very excited about it, and then when it came out and I realized, like, to me, they're big. Yeah, go on. Because this answers what I'm going to say is what you're going to answer.
Yeah, so they're adding NPCs.
Yes, which are non-playable characters, which are not robots. The other Fallout 76, where they faulted and they flawed was there was no NPCs. There was, but they were all robots and like terminal readings. So then like it kind of got boring because as you play the game, you want to play by yourself, but it's like, all right, I just don't feel like discovering new areas and shooting shit. I want like a story.
Yeah. So
now they're adding, it looks like people, like these wastelanders came from another place and they came and be like, we just want to survive.
Right.
So go on.
So yeah, they have the NPCs. They have full dialogue trees with the NPCs and a new main quest. We don't know how in-depth it will be, but like it does sound like they're fleshing this out into more of a mainstream Fallout game.
Yeah, which would be great. I mean, I'm all about it. I know it, and it's
and most exciting is if you guys haven't played Fallout 76, it's free right now. You can play it from the 10th when we're recording this. That's tonight. Up until the 17th, which is
my birthday.
That's the Tuesday.
Yeah, on Monday, June 17th.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I missed.
Better get stupid birthday wishes, you assholes.
Yeah, everyone wish TJ a sweet little birthday.
Yeah,
don't even say happy birthday. Say
sweet little birthday,
TJ.
Yeah, that's what you do. Don't be jerks. A lot of games are doing this free to play shit. Destiny 2 is going to be free to play soon. Division 2 is free to play for 3 days, and Fallout is. These online multiplayer games are really I think they're being very damaged to that model because I think people are either playing it and stopping or just not playing it at all. So now they have to open them for free to be like, hey, play for 3 days for free.
Yeah.
And that's what Fallout's doing.
Check
out what you missed. Like, maybe you like it. Like, I'll jump back into, like, I have Fallout. I own it. So I will jump in to see these. Like, I will play because I was having a hankering for it.
But you still own it.
I still have it.
So you could play for free anyway.
Yeah, I could play for. I mean, I can. My brother has it too, so me and him could play together. But like,
you could go on right now and play and see all the newbies and just destroy them.
Oh, true. Go on. The next Bethesda. I think the last. Now, like I said,
so
Bethesda They may have announced more shit, guys.
Yeah, they announced a bunch of other stuff. I only picked the ones that I already had heard of.
That's great. Go somewhere else if you want to hear
There's a new
everything.
Commander Keen game, which is so funny to me.
What that is.
Commander Keen was like this old like Windows 3.1 game. I used to play it as a kid, but like, yeah, it was like a platformer.
80s PC series. Commander Keen is a free-to-play mobile game.
Yeah, Commander Keen.
Like
anyway, they're doing a new one of Commander Keen, so all you Commander Keen fans out there, you finally got your wish.
Oh my god.
Commander Keen was never as good as Biomenace, for the record. Elder Scrolls Blade is coming to Switch. Did you play Elder Scrolls Blades?
So I do, and I have it.
You do?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Do you like
it? Yeah, it's fine. But again, you're dealing with a mobile game that, like, when I'm out, when I'm not on the subway, it's fine. But I'm not going to play it at home, and I'm not going to. I only play it when I'm like dicking around somewhere for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it sounds. Everything I've heard about it, it's just like you wait for chests to open.
That's all it. Yeah,
that's all it is.
Literally, when you find a chest, you could either pay money to open it faster or wait 4 hours. And I'm like, all right, man.
Guys, everyone, stop playing these games. Stop letting them. It's a Skinner box.
That's all they are.
Yeah, but it's coming to Switch. It has cross save, and there's a new quote unquote dragon storyline. Guys, it's a scam. It's literally like, it's manipulation.
Here's the problem with Elder Scrolls Blades for the Switch. Elder Scrolls Blades is an online mobile game. So if you don't have internet, you can't play Blades. The Switch, you can download every game and play it without the internet. So if you're telling me that Blades is a game that I need to be connected to the internet on my Switch, it's stupid. It's not a terrible game. It's not that great of a game.
Why would you play
Switch.
Blades instead of any other Switch game?
You could play literally Skyrim on your Switch off the interwebs.
A real game.
Yes. So I don't get it. So then
that's Bethesda.
That's Bethesda. I did
great job. You guys did a bunch of crap. I guess Doom Eternal sounds good.
Doom Eternal sounds good. I'm fine for Fallout for NPC stuff. I don't have anything for PC gaming. I'm not a PC gamer. When the show had Carlo, he was a PC gamer, and he was like our roundabout about that.
Yeah,
we don't have it.
I'm an NPC gamer.
Yeah, you're a non-playable character.
Non-playable.
So now let's get into our final segment of the Shizzy Show, which I took a ton of notes for.
Yeah, looks like.
You guys know I love Ubisoft. You know I love Uplay. I was just crying and weeping and just farting for joy watching my Ubisoft beautiful E3 thing. When they came out, I was like...
What were you like?
Nothing. My tablet crashed.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, this isn't even a bit.
Oh, let's go, dude.
It's exactly what I was going to play.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
I
but
can
then,
do it.
like,
I can
the
do
tablet,
a pitch perfect.
like, it went to the whole... Oh, yeah, do it.
Let's go, dude.
Let's go, dude.
There we go. So they announced. So Ubisoft announced, and I'll have to handle all this because you didn't watch it.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever play Watch Dogs?
I know Watchdog Man from One Punch Man. He's a great superhero.
No.
Nah.
So Watch Dogs, doggies watching you, Watch Dogs. They're making. That's the song we used to do on the radio show. So Watch Doggies, woof, 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 woof. They're coming out with Watch Dogs London.
Okay.
So it's Watch Dogs, and you know Watch Dogs. Do you know what it's like? It's like Grand Theft Auto with like hacking, like hyper hacking phone things and stuff like that.
Sounds like
Watch Dogs
an
1 and 2.
American Watchdog in London.
Yeah, yep.
Ow.
That was
Watch Dogs London.
That was great. So Watch Dogs London. So in this one they have you're playing the game, and then what they show is they have permadeath. So if you're playing as a character who, let's say this guy is like he's a hacker elite or whatever.
Okay.
They had a mission. The guy did the mission. The guy died. When he died, it was like permadeath. And I was watching. I was like, what the shit? Because Watch Dogs never had that. Watch Dogs was always about one character.
Yeah.
You had the main character and then his stupid, corny hacker fucking family people. You know what I mean? Like, this is Hackzor. He's really good at hacking soda machines.
This
And
is
it's like,
Hackzilla. He's
Yeah.
good at hacking kaiju.
yeah, it's just the dumbest shit ever. And there's always like the, whatever. So it's like,
This is Hackzarella. She's beautiful, but don't let that fool you. She's a great hacker.
yeah, she could hack everything. So they came out with, so it was permadeath. And I was like, what the shit?
Wait,
so
what's
then,
your
like,
hacker name?
Mine?
What's your hacker name?
Hack and slash.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Mine's Admiral Hackbar.
That's a really good. That's really good.
Yeah, I was like, it's because I was hacking one time, and I was about to get into like Citibank's vault,
Okay.
and then I
Do
saw.
you want to say this on the radio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't, so it's not illegal. I didn't actually hack into it. Because I started, I was almost in there, and then I saw a firewall, and I was like, "That's a trap!" And I got right out of there, so I didn't.
that's
do
good.
anything. Yeah, so now
That's
I'm
good.
Admiral Hackbar.
Oh, now I get the hat. Oh, I didn't get it at first. Now I get it. It's the Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
That Star Wars thingy.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not going to. I'm not reporting on Star Wars Land.
I was like,
That firewall is operational. The firewall is fully operational. There's a trap.
So there's permadeath. I thought it was very weird. So the guy died, and then you had to go through a bunch of.
you had to go to his funeral. You had to press F to pay respects.
You pay respects, apologize to the family. It was like a whole thing for like 20 minutes. Then they had a whole list of like characters you could pick up and play. So
Okay.
basically, it's like, imagine if you had a whole network of hackers, and instead of like Watch Dogs 1 and 2 or any other game where you're the main character,
Yeah, you like, so it's like more
You
like
can
GTA
play-
5, where you like kind of zoom out and you can like change your character on the fly.
sort of, yes, but I don't know about on the fly. So you choose a new agent. Ian was the guy that died, so I thought of you.
Oh, thank you.
And I did get sad. I was like,
Oh,
well, Ian's-
don't worry, I'm alive. I'm alive and hacking, baby.
Thank God. It's a trap. So he was very Jason Statham. He's like, look at this guy. And it's all like London. Whatever.
Yeah.
So then they chose an old lady.
Yeah, I'll go back with it now, governor. Where the fish and chips at?
Yeah, heck, this fish and chips machine.
The fish and microchips.
So the character chose an old lady. And I was like, what the hell? So then like they played a mission as like an old lady, like who's she's like a retired assassin. So it was like, it was pretty cool. And I was
Okay.
like, all right, okay. And then I gave it to him. Where they lost me was the guy who came out and was talking about the thing, which again was a developer who had no stage presence, who was like forcing it.
Probably couldn't even hack.
No, he was like, you could play as anyone. You could play as like an English Bobby. You could play as this. You could play as a gangsta. And I was like, and I almost barfed because I was like, ew, like he's trying to be like hip, and it made me sick. Then he goes, just like we made fun of in the beginning of the episode, he goes, welcome to the resistance. And it annoyed. It was like this. So annoying.
The worst part too is like I'm not gonna get political here, but like
Okay.
the hashtag resistance on Twitter, you know the shit.
No.
Like the people who like Trump's an idiot and Trump
Yeah.
posts something stupid, and then all of these people go online and like, sir, actually, what you just said is wrong and
Yeah.
unconstitutional.
Yeah.
You should resign. Post with hastily,
Yeah.
and it's like hashtag the resistance. It's like,
God.
way to go, dude.
Yeah.
We beat him.
Great
We
job.
finally got Trump.
No, we're done. It's fine. No,
That's
no
all I could
one's
think.
winning. Yeah.
All I could think is like when you're like, "Oh, welcome to the resistance." Is like, that's right. As soon as Donald Trump posts something stupid, I'm gonna post, "Sir, actually, what you said
Actually.
is factually incorrect."
Yeah, it's just like, but again, just like we talked in the beginning of the episode, it's just whole like, welcome to the resistance. It's the resistance. Welcome to the resistance. The guy brought up like Brexit. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, with London with Brexit is falling. I'm like, you don't need to be topical or political. Make your stupid fucking game that's GTA with phone hacking and shut the fuck up.
Don't talk about Brexit. Just go up.
I don't care.
It's Watch Dogs London. It's GTA
That's it.
with hacking.
That's all I need.
Okay,
I'm fine with
I'm
that.
done. Who's
Yeah,
next?
I'm
That's
fine
it.
with
That's it.
That's it. That's all I need.
Here's a gameplay clip.
Yeah. Hey, cool. Check it out. They're standing on a giant drone that's bringing them around. I'm like, it's great.
Here's Halo Infinity.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
it.
new Halo. Here it is.
Yeah,
That's
all
all.
I need. Oh, it's ridiculous. Welcome. He ends his thing. Welcome to the resistance. I was like, shut up. Shut up, Carl. Fucking idiot shit. So, after that, Ubisoft had Rob McElhenney. Do you know who that is?
yes.
Matt
He's on
from-
my favorite show.
Mac from Always Sunny comes out.
I literally almost wore. I have a shirt that he wears on that show all the time. It's literally the shirt I'm wearing, except
Love
it
that
says
show.
"Riot" in huge letters across the chest. Have you seen that?
No, but
he wears it all
love
the
that
time on the show.
I was just watching one of the episodes recently. Like it's amazing.
Which one?
The one where Psycho train.
Yeah.
It's
the freight train.
The freight
with
train.
Psycho Pete.
It's amazing with Psycho Pete.
Wait, was it the reunion episode or the one where Pete comes back?
The one where Pete comes back
And he's just like...
he's normal. He's like, hey, you guys made that shit up.
No, I mean, most of my problems were,
so good.
I'm depressed and I have some anxiety disorders.
Yeah, social anxiety. It was awesome. So he comes out and I'm like, what the shit is this? Because like they played the Always Sunny like intro music and this guy comes on stage. And I didn't recognize him at first. And then when it does it, I'm like, oh, it's Mac from Always Sunny. No one clapped. No one was like, woo!
Fucking assholes.
Till he said, like, oh, Mac from Always Sunny. Then I was like, yeah. So it's a show coming out on Apple, like, streaming service called Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet. And it's a show where he plays a developer who's making, like, a game called Mythic Quest. And he's like very pretentious and crazy.
Wow.
But it was weird to see it at E3. I was like, what is this doing here?
I hate to say it. He like developed Always Sunny.
Did he?
Yeah, he was like mostly his idea. And then he got Charlie Day and Glenn Howard and they all worked together on it.
Yeah.
And
they're all producers on the
and they
show.
all write it. But like the original idea, like the germ of like what the show should be and how it should feel and everything like that was Rob.
But it's a weird.
So all I can say is
it's probably going to be great.
I'm gonna watch. I can't believe I want to watch it, but I do. I just like him.
I'm not against it. It's probably
Raven's Journey Quest for Mythic
Quest Raven's Banquet. It's probably.
I got 3 of the 4 words. I'm not ashamed of that.
You did great. I'm not against it, but seeing I'd rather see that TV show at E3. But it confused me because the whole time I'm like, oh, is Always Sunny making a game? Oh, yeah. Mythic Quest. Oh, are they going to make are they making is Mythic Quest going to be a game that like is written by them?
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, that should be pretty funny and dark and weird.
Yeah.
But then to hear it was like a show, I was like, oh, it's a show about a game. It was hyper confusing.
So it sounds like Silicon Valley, that game developer starring Rob McElhenney.
Yes. So it was very confusing.
I'll check it out.
So then after that, there has been. Let me tell you what E3 is. E3
I know.
Is
it's like
they should call it for the Ubisoft thing, Tom Clancy Entertainment Expo. There were 3 Tom Clancy games.
TCE2.
Dude, yeah, TCE2. 3 Tom Clancy games in a row.
Rainbow Six.
Splinter
6.
Cell. No. Rainbow Six, whatever the new Rainbow Six game is coming out, it was super confusing.
I can't believe they're still on Rainbow Six.
Dude,
like Rainbow Six came out, I think the first one came out in 96. When is Rainbow 7?
There's never going to be
Folks,
one. No,
we've
Rainbow
been
Six,
waiting 23 years. Can we get Rainbow 7?
You will not. So what happened was they had a Rainbow Six game come out. I don't know what the game is. I legit was watching it, super confused. So I don't care. I'm done with Rainbow Six. I don't care about these strategy fucking Rainbow Six games. Like, I don't care. I don't want to direct a team of SEALs saying, it's the same shit over and over. Mm-hmm. It's the same shit. So it's like, whatever. So then after that one was done, which I stopped paying attention because I was like, I don't care.
It's so funny. Like I feel bad for our audience because they're listening to this and they're like, these are the 2 dumbest guys in the world. Because the only games that I like, oh, Doom sounds cool, and every other game are like, I don't know, it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think we only play games to turn our brains off.
Yeah, that's all it is. But it was like another Rainbow Six for no reason.
I used to play some Rainbow Six, and I would just I'd turn the difficulty down to the bottom. I'd do cheats. I'd get the biggest guns, and I'd just be like, because I just want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to think about. Well, I have to knock that door down and use a flashbang.
Yeah,
and clear the area and make sure I post guards, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. So after that, they had Brawlhalla. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, Brawlhalla's pretty dope.
So Brawlhalla is having Adventure Time. So now Finn.
Get the fuck out,
dude. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. So Finn, Jake,
Marceline.
No, Princess
Bubblegum,
and I think that's it. Are 3 characters now coming to Brawlhalla?
That is so dope.
Are you really excited for that?
That's really. So I love Adventure Time, and Brawlhalla is pretty fun.
I love Adventure Time. But
Brawlhalla, if you ever played it, it's pretty cool. Like it's a good twist on the Smash formula, I think. They have like 1 million characters.
Yeah, it's
which
like a Smash
I'm
game.
always sold on. If you have 1 million characters, I'm like, yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're like 90% the same. It's fun to be like, oh, now I'm a werewolf. Now I'm the Grim Reaper. Now I'm a cowboy. Now I'm a Viking. Like, just put 1 million things in there.
So those characters are coming out. Awesome. So I'm glad that you're going to be like.
That's the best news I've heard all day. Yeah, let's go, dude.
Like, yeah, let's go, dude. So after that, then they had Tom Clancy's, Ghost Recon. Oh. Too many ghosts.
I don't like ghost hunting shows.
I don't. It's not real ghosts.
It's Ghost Recon. It's like where you go with like an EKG meter and you try to find the ghost.
No.
That's what recon is. It's reconnaissance. So you try.
No, I understand that, but that's not what this is. Ghosts are like an elite squad of fucking Marines, of course.
Oh, so it's Rainbow Six.
Yeah. It's Tom Clancy's
I would love
Ghost Recon.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, and you're a
haunted
ghost
shit.
hunter.
That'd be so great. That would be cool.
That would be fun.
I throw a flashbang in this room. They're like, ghosts can't see flashbangs.
I think the only game I've ever played where you play a ghost hunter like that.
Alan Wake.
Huh?
Yeah, go on. Alan Wake was kind of ghost hunting-ish.
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, it's the only good ghost hunting game.
It is.
That's the one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I do like Luigi's Mansion.
It's the best. What are you talking about?
The Poltergust.
It's so fun.
Great.
Luigi Mansion rules.
Forget about it.
Well, forget about it. We'll see if Nintendo has anything, hopefully 2 weeks from now.
I think they are coming out with one for Switch.
I hope so, because I love that.
Yeah.
So Ghost Recon had the character who played Shane on The Walking Dead come out, who also did the Punisher. He comes out with like a dog on stage for some reason, which I guess the dog was in the game.
I hope no one shot it. Hashtag John Wick.
Oh, good God, no. So he comes out, he talks about the game. It's just he's a mercenary against the fuck out of the guy.
Welcome to
the resistance.
The U.S. Marines are the resistance.
Yeah, of course. Welcome to resistance. Semper Fi, the resistance. Well, you're a ghost. Look out for other ghosts. Some people are friends with you. I don't care anymore.
Bring our boys home.
Whatever.
Bring our boys home.
Bring our boys home.
And if you're not going to bring them home, send a salami to your boy in the army. Did you ever go to Katz's?
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Salami,
send a salami to your boy in the army.
That's right. So he comes out. He's a second celebrity guest of E3. Keanu Reeves, and then this actor comes out and does it, and it's like, what, man?
No, third. I'm sorry, Rob McElhenney.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's 3. You're correct.
Got you on that one, bud.
You got me on that one, bud.
Hashtag stolen valor.
Yeah. So
Tom Clancy's stolen valor. You have to go to a mall
and just steal as much valor as you can.
Steal as much valor as you can.
That would be fun. Like Tom Clancy stolen
You've stolen
valor.
enough valor that you now get a general's pension.
You steal enough valor that you know where to put the flag in the right place. You're like, good, I got it.
Level up. Do you want to learn which medal is actually for your branch of the armed services, or do you want to learn to put your flag in the right place?
All I do?
Well, I'm already kind of into the medal skill tree, so I'm going to keep going there.
All I do is go on missions. And you're like, oh, cool, man. What's your first mission? To go on missions. And you're
nice.
Like, yes. For anyone who doesn't know what inside joke, me and Ian love stolen
There's a bunch of stolen
videos.
valor videos on YouTube.
It's the funniest thing. So Ghost Recon
also
valor.
no disrespect to troops, just stolen valor videos
videos are very funny.
like
it's fine. Dude,
we're laughing.
I have friends who are
we're
in the
laughing at
service,
the people who are like pretending to be troops.
They're so dumb.
Like
it's beautiful.
These fucking bozos.
It's so funny.
They're everything. One dude had like the Pokemon t-shirt on.
That's my favorite one. What the fuck? When he takes his fatigues off, he's got a Pokemon shirt. What the fuck?
Yep.
It's so good, dude. Treat yourself to stolen valor video. So Ghost Recon Stolen Valor, too many ghosts. Comes out. Ghost Recon, I don't care. Young Joseph from Unlimited Lives TV was trying to get me into Ghost Recon games. They're not bad. It's just I don't think it's my cup of tea.
No.
It's the same thing where you have like a team of people, you send your 4 guys, you tag, you know what I mean? Like it's the same kind of thing. I like Assassin's Creed games where like you're the only one by yourself doing shit like that. Like I'm fine with moving characters around, like you do this, but it never hit me. So Ghost Recon comes out, they do a whole fucking thing. They go through Ghost Recon. The actor talks about how great he was and how amazing he played this character, and he's a great actor. I love him, but I don't care about Ghost Recon. Yeah. It's the same rugged. We're in a mission. You might be killing people.
You're the last hope. If you don't do this, we're gonna disavow you.
Yeah, Kim, you might be killing your brothers, your friends, and family, people that stole valor.
I just drank a half bottle of Jack Daniels. Now you gotta go stop the terrorists.
Yeah. I sound like I ate a whole box of cigars before I did this voiceover. So
I gotta go with one half cup of water, the other half is thumbtacks. I'm from Georgia.
I haven't drank water in 14 years.
I drink swamp water in Georgia.
Sometimes I jump shrimps into water, drink shrimp in water.
I cooked a bowl of gumbo in a crocodile's mouth.
So Ghost Recon goes on. It's Tom Clancy's, whatever. I don't even think it's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, but it's like, I don't give a shit. So Ghost Recon's done. Then after that, Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. I'm like, what is going on with Tom Clancy games?
All right. Rainbow Six is a
Rainbow
SWAT team,
Yep.
right? Ghost Recon is Marines.
Yep.
What is Elite?
I don't know. It looks like a cartoony version of The Division. It's like you could choose your character, and it's a mobile game. It's a Tom Clancy Elite Squad mobile game. So I'm like, now we're doing...
Finally.
Yep. So now we're doing fucking mobile games, which looks like this. Terrible. Car crash looks terrible. So
geez. Speaking of car crash.
What?
The helicopter crashed into the roof of the building, like, across the street from
Oh,
me.
yeah, you told me. How did you hear it?
I didn't hear
On a
it.
side
I have,
note,
like, noise-canceling headphones in, but then
Jesus Christ, dude.
I didn't hear anything, and then I just started hearing, like, a lot of sirens, and I look out, and, like, there's all this, like, frantic moving around and shit, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Could have crashed.
The pilot died.
Oof. Yeah, I heard that. Happened in New York City, guys.
And then the roof caught on fire a little bit. But
Oh, my
it was
God.
Okay. It was, like, raining out and foggy, which I guess is why they crashed in the first
It
place.
was raining?
Yeah.
Did anyone see a Rainbow Six?
TJ. Now is not the time.
What?
I think you should apologize on it.
What do you want me to say? No.
TJ,
no.
as your executive producer,
No.
this is not the content we want you to produce.
You didn't say the magic word.
All right, got me on that one, bud.
Got you in that one, bud. So then after Tom Clancy's Elite Squad mobile game came out, I was falling asleep on the couch. So I was like, I don't care about this shit.
What a fun hobby that makes you fall asleep when they're announcing the stuff that's supposed to get you excited.
You know what the best part of the show is? That someone might be listening that gives a shit about Ghost Recon and was like, oh, cool, I want to hear what TJ says about Ghost Recon. Then I'm like, I don't care. And then they're like, oh. That's the best part about doing comedy. Like, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you listen because you want to hear my stupid, salty opinion.
Yeah, guys, we are not experts. We are not here for like
We are
real
not.
in-depth analysis of this
No.
stuff. This is entirely opinion-based, and we are fly-by-night idiots.
We are fly by the seats of our pants. So, speaking of seats of your pants, Just Dance 2020.
All right, what's next?
Yep. That's what I thought when I saw it. Good one, right?
By the way, Just Dance did a Star Wars edition. Did you ever see that one?
Oh, yeah, it was cringy.
And they had like heads in the city's in the clouds. I'm Solo, Han Solo,
Jesus
Han
Christ.
Solo.
Oh, my God. I don't like that at all.
You don't like that?
So here's what Just Dance comes out, and then what made it worse was they announced Just Dance.
And then they had a bunch of dancers come out.
Oh my God. That's 100% what happened.
Yeah,
Didn't they do that every year? They do it every year.
I assume
It's
just
it's cringe-worthy. Like
I don't mind dancing. I think dance is cool.
I don't want, dude. Here's the thing, man. I don't need to see like.
Also,
they
remember,
do a
it's
shitty
not for
sketch.
You. It's not for you.
I get it. They do
it's
a
for investors.
I know.
What they're saying is Just Dance sells so well that we are going to put another Just Dance out.
I know. It just was like watching like a terrible sketch that they had in the beginning.
You have a Connect, right?
Yes.
Do you have any Just Dance games? Maybe we should do like a live stream for charity and do Just Dance
for
the kids.
charity?
For charity.
Can I say something very offensive?
Hell yeah.
Those kids are going to die because I'm not going to dance. Those kids, they're dead.
Somewhere there's like a little kid with an IV and he's
of course.
like, Mommy. She goes, sorry.
Well, the mom,
TJ won't dance.
The mom went in. The mom went in.
This is it, young Raphael. This is it.
The mom went in and said, "Is my son going to live?" And the doctor goes, "I don't think so." And the mom went,
No disassemble.
"That's what." No kid is going to live to me doing Just Dance, dude. And then they had a bunch of stupid dancers come out and dance on the stage, and it was so uncomfortable. I walked out of my own living room.
You didn't turn the TV off. You
Nope.
left her.
I left. I walked out and left. So then after we're winding, there's still a couple more. So let's try to get through a little bit of this. For Honor had a limited time game event they're doing, which I don't care about. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine came out, and I was like, another Rainbow Six game?
Another Tom Clancy.
We're doing another Tom Clancy
This one
game?
sounds about zombies.
Yeah. The Division 2, they announced that it's going to be free to play June 13th to 16th. There's new DLC and a Netflix
Wait,
movie.
I'm sorry. Did you say there's nude DLC?
No, new. I'm sorry.
Oh, me too.
I apologize.
I would give anything to see those gentlemen in the Division
No,
nude.
this isn't Cyberpunk 2020. They're going to make a Division Netflix movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by David Lech, who did Deadpool, which I was like,
Oh, wow. Weird.
I guess, but I'm like, who cares?
Who cares?
It's a Netflix movie. Like, who cares? The Division, let me tell you why I stopped playing The Division. I don't care. There's no story. I don't care. Young Joseph bought it for me. I feel like a dick because I should be playing it, but like, I just, I don't care. Moving on from there, UPlay announced, you know what UPlay is?
Yeah.
Sorry, am I boring you?
Yeah, dude, Uplay's boring as shit.
Whoa, stop.
So Uplay is you pay money and Ubisoft gives you little bonuses in your
No
game and
toolbox.
crap like that.
You shut your fucking mouth. Shut up. Who dare you? That's what I think. Stop it. UPlay is a service that's free that you, as you play Ubisoft games, you gain achievements and coins and stuff like that then you go in. So then you go in and you get rewards and game items. So for example, I played so many Ubisoft games, I have like 300 UB dollars or whatever. Not real money, UB money. Mm-hmm. I go into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's like, hey man, you can now unlock this cool spear for 20 UB bucks. And I just go and unlock all this cool shit. It's amazing. I will never shit on Uplay. It's exactly. It costs you no real money.
Yeah.
You just, as long as you play Ubisoft games, you earn rewards and you earn these money and you unlock stuff. I think it's awesome. I love it. So Uplay Plus is Uplay, but they added for $15 a month, you have all those benefits, but now you have early access to games, and it gives you a bunch. So you could play like all the Assassin's Creed games for $15 a month. You could download them and play it. Basically, it's the same model that EA Access has, Game Pass has, everybody. So this is where we're going.
It's like the Netflix model where like now there's a Disney Netflix.
Yep.
There's a Hulu.
Yep.
There's a
Everyone is going subscription-based things because it makes the most money. Because you will constantly subscribe.
Again, like just, guys, this is where it's going.
Yep.
The forces of capitalism crush every ounce of creativity under their heels forever.
Of course. Yeah. So I love Uplay. I don't think I have any interest in... And just for a boring standpoint, if I know it's a write-off as a voice actor and whatever, I'd get it. But if if I can't write that shit off, I don't know who, like, I understand Ubisoft as if I told, like, you might like it if you were like, well, I never played Assassin's Creed 2 or Watch Dogs. I'm like, whatever, $15. Get it for 3 months, beat those games. Like, but like,
then it's $60 for like a 5-year-old game or 8-year-old game or whatever.
That's correct.
Like,
yeah. Well, it's $15, but you could also play like a bunch of them. But it's just, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
The thing is, when they finished, like you could tell, like someone was up there clapping. They'd be like, clap, because no audience. And you're right, it's for the investors. None of those gamers in that audience are like, oh, I could. Like when EA Access was announced, they weren't like, yes, no one cared.
Finally.
No, when I saw it on my Xbox, I was like, what is this? And
especially for like a series like Assassin's Creed, which like, okay,
they're great. There's a ton of them.
Yeah, but they aren't all great. Like a lot of them are like
2
really
was great.
Repetitive. Black Flag, everyone.
Brotherhood
liked.
was great. Black Flag was great. No, there's a bunch. 3 sucks. 3 and
the American Revolution one.
Yeah, it's awful. 3 and Origins, I don't like. Odyssey, legit, I'm loving.
Yeah.
So there are a bunch of good ones, but I don't think it's worth $15 a month unless you're doing it for 3 months and then you stop.
Yep.
There's not that many games. They showed like Rayman, a bunch. I'm like, all right, I guess so.
Rayman.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, if you're 7, you're gonna be like,
all right,
whoa.
you can only pick one: Rayman or Bubsy.
Oh, dude, Bubsy. Yeah, all the way.
Pilot's license. What for? That's Bubsy's famous
Dude,
catchphrase.
Bubsy. He rules. And then to wrap it up, Roller Champions came out, which is a skill-based team PvP sports game, like roller derby with like a ball. You could play it at E3, they announced, which doesn't help anyone listening to the show, and it's like a roller derby. And then finally, to round it out, Gods and Monsters was created by the team of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. All it showed was like when people need help, they ask for the gods, but who do the gods ask when they need help? And it's some weird fucking character.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Who watches the Watchmen? Some weird character that looked like a kid with wings, a wing helmet, and he's a child, and he's jumping to slash at a griffin, and it's like, okay, whatever. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm telling you right now, I love it. I think it's awesome. I don't know what it's called, Gods and Monsters. And then to end the E3 thing, the CEO came out. He gave a speech about how it's a community of gamers, blah, blah, blah,
Awesome.
blah, 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 blah. And then he gave an awkward hug to the guy who introduced Roller Champions, and it was real weird. Like the CEO was like going, they went for the handshake, and then one guy went in for the handshake, like half hug.
Yeah.
But then the CEO went for a hug, but they're both like Swedish or whatever, so they don't want to be rude.
Yeah, Swedish people are like magnets. They push each other away when they try to hug.
Yes.
I know this because I tried to hug Swedish chef once. And
Oh, mort.
York.
So, that's been our, as much as possible, me and Ian's Unlimited Lives Radio E3 roundup, loosely part 1. I say that because if you listen to this and there is no part 2, I don't want to hear it. Okay?
Do you get a lot of like feedback from fans yelling at you?
No, actually, to tell you the truth, the reason I keep doing this radio show is like I legit love everyone that posts in the Unlimited Lives group, Unlimited Lives Radio on Facebook. We have a group, and Unlimited Lives Radio, the page on Facebook. Like the page, join the group. No, we have like 7 people that constantly post that. I really love you guys a lot. Dave, Andrew, everybody, you guys are the best. No, the fans of the show are amazing. I never got bad feedback, and if anyone like posts something that like busts my balls, I love it. There was one time a while ago, very sweet, someone was busting my balls on Facebook, like just joking around, and they were being very like, like I have very thick skin as a stand-up, and I love when people bust my balls. It's my favorite. And he made fun of me, and then later apologized, like publicly. It was like, hey, I kind of feel like a jerk. Like I was kind of making fun of you. And then I laid down the ground rules, being like, listen, man, like don't do it to people you don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you permission that I love, like make fun of me. I love it.
Right.
Like you're never mean.
Just don't make fun of Tom Clancy's games.
Don't make fun of any of Tom.
Guys,
Tom
that's the one
Clancy
rule.
sits in a room in Maine trying to write these video games.
Is he in Maine? I don't think
is
he's in.
Maine-based.
I think first off, I don't think he's in Maine.
No, he's in Maine.
No, he's not.
What are you talking about?
In Georgia.
What do you know?
He's in deep Georgia.
Hey, Deep Georgia. He goes, I'm going to write a game about people busting in with you, throwing my gumbo while a flashbang comes in.
He's in like Georgia, deep Wales.
Yeah, Wales and Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I don't care about people making fun of me because it's funny. Because I legit will love it, and I love when you guys do it. So, but obviously, like, yeah, don't do it to people you don't know. Don't do it to your friends that are like, that's mean. I don't care.
Guys,
but the fans are amazing.
And the fans are amazing. Just
love you guys.
just thank you.
Yeah, I do want to thank you. I always
Also,
wanna
someone
thank you
shouted
guys.
me out on Xbox and said, "Hey, you were great on the episode the other day,
great,
a couple weeks
dude.
ago." I just saw it.
You guys
just
are
now,
very-
and
and-
whoever it was, I don't remember.
I'll
the
tell
name,
you
but
where
thank
this comes from. The fans that have, so the show started at Sirius XM. I don't know. We have a couple people that carried over from Sirius years ago. Then we jumped on Cave Comedy Radio, and we got a ton of our fan base from Cave Comedy Radio, and that's where this whole fan base started. And they're beautiful people. They are very supportive.
Beautiful people.
They're beautiful.
Beautiful
They're
people.
amazing. And then when it moved to Last Podcast Network, that this show is not on anymore, but we kind of are, sort of. If you Google on iTunes, we're kind of still up there for some weird reason. We still got that fan base, which is amazing. We have a very rabid, fun fan base. So all you guys, like everyone that downloads it, like I love you. Tell your friends, spread the news. Let's make this show gigantic. But yeah, it's really fun. What a fun E3 so far. We still have Nintendo.
It was a long one. I was yawning.
It's a long one, dude. It's an hour and 20. We have Nintendo and Square Enix that still cover, which either young Joseph will do with or without me and Ian, or I don't know. I got to figure it out, but we do want to cover it a little bit. And then we have our Google, we have our episode that's me and Ian
Yeah,
did that is
the
going to come
Google
out.
Stadia episode.
Google Stadia coming out either next week or the week after, which is very fun. What a fun time, Ian. Do you have anything to finish up with E3? Anything that you want to put a pin in?
Yeah, the fucking industry's getting worse, and it's only going to keep getting worse.
That's all it is, dude. It's never going to get better.
And the only way it's going to change is consistent and loud outcry from you guys. So When you see your
But what
favorite
could they
game
do?
series descend into microtransactions, yell about it, kick and scream,
true.
tweet at the people, say this sucks.
Let me ask you this question, just because like the funny part of the show's over, because this is a legit question. So I understand why they do microtransactions, but then can a game survive without them? I guess a ton of games do.
This is the problem, though. This is really it. Okay, you make a game. Let's say you're a small indie studio. You make a game and it sells huge. It sells bigger than you thought.
So, for example, I'm going to make a game that's like, I'm a paper boy on my bike, trying to deliver papers, but the neighborhoods are always crazy.
It gets big, right?
Yeah, huh?
It gets big, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, let's say it's your idea, you're the developer and head of the studio, but in order to hire other developers and get like money to like actually make the game a reality, let's say you needed to hire 3 people and you didn't have the money and you needed to like get $1 million basically, which would be like, like 3 good developers, office space, like computer equipment, stuff like that, like all the benefits, maybe 3 developers and you collecting a salary for a year. So you do that. You need to get investors, right? So you have to sell part of your company to them. You give them a certain amount of shares. Let's say they have like 60% of the shares.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, like the game gets huge. They all make a lot of money, and Ubisoft or Bethesda or Square Enix or God forbid EA comes down.
God
forbid. Say, we want that game. We want this company.
Yeah. They want my delivery boy paper game.
And you don't want to sell.
No.
You have 40% of your own company that you started. But
like
the investors, let's say you had $400,000.
Yeah.
And so $400,000 is yours, the other 600. So anyway, they sell their 60% of the shares to the publisher or whatever. Yeah. Now you're in their hands. And now you're at their fucking like beck and call. And at first they're like, okay, yeah, we know you guys can make good games, so we're going to be very hands off.
Yeah.
And they give you a bigger budget. They give you $10 million. You can hire 10 times the developers. You can make you can make the version of the paper delivery boy game that you always wanted to make. Yeah. It's bigger, it's better, it has all the features you wanted, and fans go crazy about it, right?
Yeah.
So they
think it's better than that Paperboy arcade thing that was garbage. Yeah, it's not that. It's not based on that.
So now there's like a lot of money coming in, right? And then you're like, okay, and they're like, well, where's the third one? You're like, I don't want to make a third one. I want to move on. They're like, well,
yeah, I'm done.
We're in charge.
That job was only for the summer.
We're going to make you do a third one.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to do a newspaper delivery boy game.
And they give you a bigger budget again. They say the game needs even better graphics. It needs to have a bigger world. And you're like, okay. And then after that, it's like, where's the next one? And not only where's the next one, but you have to design a way in the game because, like,
to make more money.
The problem is the game can't just keep making money. Like, it's not like every iteration makes money. The way these systems work, every iteration of the game has to make more money than the last.
It's so weird how back in the day, for years, games would just be released, they would sell, and then we call it a day.
Because back in the day, it wasn't run by MBAs and people who were like looking to like min-max and pinch every penny and extract maximum amount of value from the games. It would be like, who ran Capcom? A bunch of game developers were like, holy shit, we can make games. This is so cool. Let's just keep making games. Wow, people keep buying them. We're making a lot of money. No one was coming in and saying, you're right, but you could be making even more money. Mm-hmm. You know, like, why not just like cut every corner you can, like reuse stuff, which I guess they don't do a lot, but like mostly what they do is they try and pinch and pull every penny. Once you've bought the game, they still lock parts of the game behind paywalls, like day one DLC, loot boxes, XP boosts, or like premium currency. Like that shit's happening more and more. Shit like Ubisoft, like UbiPlay Plus, like the fact that you have to pay to play games online now. Server costs aren't more like 14 years ago, you could play your game online for free, right? You didn't have to pay. I think Xbox always had a service, but PlayStation used to be free.
Yeah, PlayStation was always free. Xbox was not.
Yeah, there was always Xbox
PlayStation
Gold.
Was always... Gold wasn't free. You had to buy it.
Right.
PlayStation was free. PS Plus was where you had like the benefits. So go on.
But that even came out around later. But like 14 years ago, guess what, guys? Servers are less expensive than they used to be. They're a lot less expensive. Yeah. Server space is a lot cheaper. And it used to be just part of buying a Sony or buying the game. That would go into the server cost. Yeah. It was a hidden cost from you. You never had to worry about it. Games were still the same price they are now. Your systems were even cheaper than they are now. But because the fucking driving goal of Sony and Microsoft and everyone is Xbox can't just make a lot of money. They have to make more money than they did. It has to grow.
And consistent money.
It has to, yeah. So like if you make $50 million 1 year, sorry, like $50 billion 1 year, that's incredible, right?
Yeah.
Next year you have to make 55.
55,
That's like what they set your estimates at. Like you have to find new ways to pinch and scrimp and screw people out of money at every turn.
It's a shitty model that it's really going the way of the dodo.
And it's going to keep going there. It's just going to keep getting worse. The same as everything. And it's going to happen with Marvel. It's going to happen with everything cool because these fucking vultures run everything.
Yeah. You imagine paying DLC for a movie?
Hell yeah.
Say hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm excited.
Can you imagine like they kick everyone out of the studio and they're like, except for our Marvel Premium Pass holders, everyone else has to leave the theater now until you can see the after credits scene.
Oh my God, they have real people being like, you have to leave right now. Ian, if I was ordering a bowl of gumbo and then there was a note in it with your social media, what would it say?
It would say @RexSaucy on Twitter. REXSAUCY.
Oh, follow this man. You can follow the radio show at Unlimited SXM. You can follow me at TJ Del Reno all across social media. This show has an Instagram, which is Unlimited Lives Gaming.
I have an Instagram too, also @RexSaucy.
There you go, which is very fun. I've seen Ian post stuff. He's very funny. And I have an Instagram as well, TJ Del Reno. Every Monday we're going to be dark for 2 weeks. That was tonight and tomorrow. But Unlimited Lives TV on our Twitch channel, Unlimited Lives Gaming. So you can search Unlimited Lives on Twitch and you'll find us. And that's where I will stream games to play. And so does Joe and Ian sometimes. It's very fun. What a fun show. Thank you, Ian. What a great show we had today for E3. And hopefully we'll be rounding up E3 again in the future episodes to come. Guys, everyone have a fun time. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Don't you ever undermine me again. I can't believe you did that on air.
It was great content.
What do you mean great content?
It was great content.
Oh, so great content is better than our friendship?
The business is better than our friendship.
The business?
The Unlimited Lives Content Network. Listen, E3, Microsoft pays us big bucks. Bethesda pays us big bucks. They want positive coverage of their games.
Well, they're not.
You were smack talking a lot of games. That's not what we agreed on. When you signed up, that's not what you agreed on. You signed up to say good things.
I didn't sign up to say this is ridiculous.
You're a shill, damn it. You shill when I say you shill. I say shill, you say how hard.
Yes, sir, how hard. I'm a shill.